free with my people to prosper and hold it down. Don't you sit and wait, contemplating on a revolution. The time is now. I just wanna be free. 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 Can't you see? I just wanna be free.
Okay. Another episode of the Things I Wish I Knew About Money podcast. I'm your host, Kamille Smith. And I kid you not, I feel like I really need a producer or someone to come true. Because I swear, I had everything all together on what I wanted to talk about. I just had last minute technical difficulties. So I'm here, but we're late, as you guys can see. However, it's all good in the hood because I know what I want to talk about today. So, ladies and gentlemen, I want to first say that big up Dr. Vibe, big up Ryan McKnight. I feel like I said that right. Ryan Knight. Why did I say McKnight? My bad. Ryan, my bad. It's my mind, not my heart. Right? Big up Roger Dundas and big up Raymond McMillan. That is probably what I said next. Yesterday, Friday morning, we had an amazing conversation about that most Canadians are well off. And I believe I spoke about it earlier in the week that I was gonna have the discussion, but after like going toe to toe, I had to talk about the conversation. And I have to big up Ryan because he held it down. It was 3 against 1. It was literally 3 against 1. Like with who's if most Canadians are well off or if they're just getting by, right? And I want to say this overall is that it's not that Ryan did not have a great point and everything, because he held it down. It was the part that it says most Canadians are well off. It just didn't sit right with me, and that's fine. Like he held it down. He explained why. Roger was able to explain it on a real life experience. Raymond was able to explain it on a credit or mortgage experience, and I was able to put the side of like accounting and taxes. So a little bit of real life and stuff, but I respect Ryan for holding it down. The big thing was us talking about, who can afford a $5 patty and stuff. That's what it came down to, ideally. But I really wanted to have a conversation about this because I think it's really important that we have this discussion, because I just want to ask the folks in the chat, like, hey Kiwi, hello Kiwi, how many Canadians actually feel like they are well off? And I'm not talking about only the folks that are in Toronto. I'm talking about everyone from BC to Newfoundland. I know we're all going to have different experiences, different things that are going on. So I want to make this kind of a fun-based type of episode, just to get an idea what everyone's thinking about. So by all means, sit back, relax. I'm going to do a couple of commercials so I can adjust myself accordingly. I am still doing this, what is it? Landscape versus portrait way. I don't know which one is ideal, but we will see. We will see. All right. So just bear with me. I do have I have an agenda and everything. I just want to make sure it looks proper on my ends. I think it does. Oh, I think it does. Yes. And fair hope. Hello, hello, hello. So just bear with me for 1 minute as I hit you guys up with a lovely commercial. Okay, okay.
Imagine turning financial chaos into calm. Meet Alex. Alex is a young professional buried in bills and receipts. They're overwhelmed, unsure where to start. But then, light bulb moment. Alex discovers FitnanceIQ. With just a few clicks, Alex is setting up a personalized budget thanks to FitnanceIQ's user-friendly tools. It's like having a financial coach right at their fingertips. Fast forward a few weeks, and Alex is breezing through bill payments, watching their savings grow and even planning for the future. No more stress, no more chaos, just simple steps leading to big results. Alex now shops with confidence, knowing every dollar's accounted for. FitnanceIQ didn't just help organize Alex's finances, it gave them peace of mind. Ready to take control of your finances? Visit FitnanceIQ today and start your journey to financial freedom. FitnanceIQ. Simple steps, big results.
I must say, I really do like that commercial still. I still like that commercial. And again, I want to thank everyone again that was able to vote for me and buy blacks. Be able to, make me be hopefully #1. I won't know until February 1st. So bear with me. Be patient. We will find out at the same time. Actually, no, we won't find out at the same time because January 31st is last Saturday. But don't worry, when I know, y'all will know. Okay? So, yeah, and darn, I really wanted to show a video from or a snippet from Dr. Vibe's show last week. But what I'll do, I will put it in the show notes so you guys can take a look at it as well because it was a great discussion. But I want us to be mindful about these type of things because how like again how many of y'all actually feel like it's affordable to get whether you're living in Toronto, whether you're living in Halifax, whether you're living in Edmonton and all those sorts. Like, do you feel like your day-to-day life is up to par and things? And if you don't, it's fine. There's no judgment here. This is a judgment-free zone, right? So I just really want us to have take a look at one thing. So I do have an article and I also have a scenario for y'all. So, oh, perfect. It's standing just how I would like it. But it might not do that forever. So let me not jinx myself, right? Let's see. Let's go to the article. I will share it because I just need to share a thing or two. Okay, so let's see. Okay, first things first. Big up Money Sense. Money Sense always is the place I go to get a lot of my articles because I feel like it's most appealing and easy to read. But at the same time, like the discussion that I had yesterday, we have to think about like how much money do you actually need to buy a home in Canada? And this is a way that you want to see if you can really afford a house or if you feel like things are affordable in Canada. Okay, So, and this is recent. This is November 25th. At least it's that recent, because I feel like there's other data that I saw, but it was too old. It was like 2023. And after that, I want to be realistic, because remember, we also have been dealing with tariffs, inflation, the way that the groceries has gone up. It's really wild when we think about if Canada's really affordable, right? So here's just something when it comes to seeing if you qualify for a mortgage. Let's see what it says. Home sales were largely flat, dipped slightly by minus 0.6% from October and remaining nearly 11% below the same time frame in 2024. That led to the average Canadian home price declining by 2% to, thank heaven, 682,219, right? I feel like what is the average? Like, that's definitely not the average if you're thinking about Toronto. Anyone that lives in Toronto, you know, you could only wish for it to be that amount, right? So, especially like if you're thinking about in GTA, it's definitely not that average. But it says, let's see, how much would it take for someone to actually live there for affordability? And this is us thinking about, I'm skimming through because I also want you, ladies and gentlemen, to think about the stress test, which is 6.44%, which in along with the mortgage rate of 4.44%. So ideally the stress test, and someone in the real estate world can correct me if I'm wrong, the stress test is trying to see if what the interest rate is with your income, if you're going to be able to manage that mortgage, right? It's going to see if it goes up, will you be able to handle it, or if it goes down per se. So if we look at this table, I'm glad there's a table that shows different cities as well. Let me see if I can adjust it in a way. Okay, so you see how, I don't know if you guys see it the way I see it, but it's looking wild, so I'm just gonna share it. Okay, so I'm gonna do with Ontario, sorry, October versus November, right? So it's better to look at the mortgage payments actually. Eesh. So Hamilton, 3,000. Calgary, about 2,800. Or I'll say 3,700 for Hamilton. Calgary, 2,800. Golly, Vancouver, 5,700. Oh my gosh. To the folks that live in BC, how are you managing? I want to hear from you as well. Halifax, 2,800. So kind of same like Calgary. Montreal, 2,900. Toronto, I'm not surprised, 4,800. And that, I'll say like this is average because it's ideal. Like, see, I told you that the 600,000 that I saw before, that's definitely not Toronto. St. John's, 2,000. Hold on, guys. Do you see this? 2,000? What? Virginia? Wait. Virginia, you're not gonna trick me because I know. 1,600. I think if I'm pretty sure I know where that is. No. Saskatchewan? Okay. Was it Saskatchewan? And hopefully Dr. Vibe can come on soon and tell me if it was Saskatchewan or Winnipeg. Their temperature is outrageous. So, no, sir. I understand that. amount, but Victoria, I think that's in BC as well, 4,400. Edmonton, 2,000. Ottawa, 3,100. Winnipeg, oh, Winnipeg, I know why it's cold, because there's a gentleman that comes on Dr. Live, and he was saying, what day is it? I think it was December 1st. He said it was negative 30. And I was like, ain't no way. Fredericton, 1,700. So ideally, obviously, we see that there's certain places in Canada that it is affordable, right? However, we gotta take we have to acknowledge the average, the median income in Canada. I believe Ryan said it was 72,000, and then for a single person, and then for a couple, I think it is like 120. I had it down, but can't remember right now. But ideally, you can see if the average Canadian has that type of thing or that type of income, then you can see which regions or which areas in Canada it is affordable. So I totally understand when you're thinking of, and I think we were talking about micro, macro, and stuff. Um, Thinking about that, of course, there's certain areas where it's manageable, it's affordable. But even if we think about the commute, and I'm sorry for my territory folks, there is no information for you guys yet. But one day, I promise. Well, next time I will double check it, right? So I just wanted to show you guys that, because that is just an idea of whether maybe where you're living is not affordable because of the region. I'm not telling you guys that lives in the GTA of Toronto or GTA of, I'll say, Vancouver, Victoria, to skedaddle. But maybe we want to take that in consideration, especially if you can like move to another province. Maybe uh, it's time to think about different areas that you can actually have a better lifestyle, right? Because I honestly don't think that most Canadians are well off. And you could please put it in the chat if you think most Canadians are well off in Canada. Please feel free to say how you feel. If you feel that you're doing well off, and that was Ryan's idea. There's different definitions of well off, right? And I'm not going to knock anyone that thinks they're well off, but there's certain things that we want to be mindful about, because, and I'm going to have like a scenario. I'm going to show you guys a scenario. There's one scenario with, an average of 65 thousand, and after they've been able to pay all their bills, they're left with $50 or $100 in a month. And my main question was, is this $50, $100? I mean, it's discretionary afterwards. So after you pay all your bills, you're able to have your fun. Is that including them putting money aside for their savings? Ask me what the answer was. And I will let you know why I think eek. We have to be mindful about that, right? But before I go into our scenarios, because I did decide to, I think it's important for us to look at different scenarios to see why it is beneficial. So give me a moment. In a momento, I am going to do my poll. I have a great poll for y'all this week. Like I said, if there's anyone that wants to be my producer, help me on the back end, whichever, feel free, contact me. I will not say no. I will never say no to help. I will never say no to help. And I actually did this pretty quick. It was just there's a few things that I wanted to do, and I decided to have like a phone call before, but it's all good. But yeah, let's see. This says anyone. Okay. So while I have this, where's the other commercial? Ooh, also, buy me a coffee. I've been very tired this week, but I know why. I am normally a night owl, and being a night owl and waking up early is the craziest, wildest thing to do. Wouldn't recommend it, but if you do, by all means. But yeah, give me 1 second. Sorry, I got distracted. Savage, angry eyes. Okay, thank you. I guess. Yeah, I love the trolls, eh?
You're watching Things I Wish I Knew About Money with Kamille Smith. Please like, comment, and subscribe.
Oh yes, please make sure you like, make sure you comment, make sure you subscribe, make sure you buy a coffee, a strong one, the strong one. But yeah, hold on, I want to do the poll. I forgot that one's only 10 seconds, so it actually doesn't help with the things I would like to do, and it doesn't give me enough time. But uno momento, actually, I'll give you guys another one while we're at it. Now my microphone.
Your money story begins with your mindset. Each day, choose words that empower you. I attract wealth with confidence and clarity. I manage my finances with wisdom. I deserve abundance in every area of life. With every affirmation, you shift closer to the future you desire. Financial affirmation cards. Shift your money mindset today.
Okay, awesome. So I'm gonna give you guys a scenario. And I actually want to know if this scenario is you. And I decided to have a single person that's age 35 to 45. Is that a big gap? Yes, it's a big gap, but there's a reason why I decided to make a big gap like that. So bear with me. So picture this. Single adult. So they get a net income of 3,500, right? And this is just average. So think about it. 3,500, right? They are renting a one bedroom for 1,500. So boom. And I'll do the calculations at the same time. And you can follow along with me if you'd like. I would love it. So 3,500 after tax. This is after tax, right? So rent is 1,500, right? So now we're down to 2,000. Okay, groceries and food is let's put it in the middle. 500. Okay, so now we're down to 1,500. Darn it, you know I forgot to do this, but I'll do it after. So transportation. So now we have transportation. Again, I'll put it in the middle. Minus 300. Right? Now we want to think about utilities. Utilities. So this is heat, hydro, internet. Right? How do we want to do this? 200 minus 200. We have $1,000 left. Okay, so insurance, so car and health. Let's say 190. 190. Oh. Of course, this person. I don't have a name for them because it could be a lady or it could be a man or guy, woman, man, however you want to say it. So now they have savings. They have savings. So what? They make 3,500. Ideally, you want to have 10%. But based on what I see right now, I'm going to say 200. Okay, so 200. So now we're at 610. Okay, and then they want to do entertainment or dining. Let's say 125, and this is a month. And miscellaneous. Okay, okay. We're gonna be happy. We're gonna be happy. Okay. So then miscellaneous gifts subscriptions. 120. So ideally, this single adult is left with $365 for the month. This is good. So this individual, this is a person that their income is 55 to 65 per year, right? They're living in mid-sized Canadian city, whether it's Hamilton, Winnipeg, Halifax, and they are an office professional or service manager. This is an ideal situation for this single person. However, I have looked at the average rent, and the rent has gone up in a while. So rent, actually, tell me, who knows a one bedroom for 1,500 anywhere in Canada? Who knows that? And if you've seen it, tell me what it looks like. Tell me what it looks like, because I can tell you. Yo, some of them look like trash. Like so yes, this person, it has 675 saved, but trust me, some of the living condition would be absolutely ridiculous, right? So, and I'm just giving you guys a scenario that this, even though this person has a good money left, like discretionary, we can't even beef up their savings, beef up their groceries and all that stuff for a single person, right? So that's scenario one. So, but here's the thing. Here's the thing with being in this, and I want you to take this into consideration because there's so many other expenses I didn't even talk. I didn't even talk about phone bill. Like I didn't talk about a phone bill. I didn't talk about, even though they're single, are they dating and stuff? I didn't talk about traveling and things like that, right? So we really want to factor in all of these things, and I'm not able to factor it all in. But like perhaps this scenario, this person can afford a $5 patty, and that's always the reference that we wanted to talk about, is how many people can actually afford a $5 patty. So scenario two is a family of three. I'll say family of two. Let's say two. Family of two. Actually, sorry. No, there's something I wanted to talk about before I even get into that aspect. Is I want the folks that are single. I want you to think about some stress points that you might face when you're a single adult. The grocery is going up like 5%. Basic, like just to get a decent, just to go to the grocery store and be able to manage the essentials or just the shopping and groceries, it's kind of wild, right? I know it's wild. So sometimes it does feel like it's becoming not affordable to manage just to eat. And that's like one of the essentials, right? Housing. I hate to say it, but that 1,500 on rent, that's actually roughly 43% of income. And normally, you in a perfect world, your income should be only 30% of your housing, right? But this one with 1,500 is 43% of the income. And this gives it this makes it harder to actually save or invest if it's 13% more, because ideally, imagine if the single adult was actually saving at least 10% of their income. Because mind you, I said 200, right? And that wasn't even 10% of their savings, right? So we really want us to think about the idea of whether you should save for a rainy day or save for retirement, save for big goals, or if you want to YOLO and live on the moment, right? But there are things that you're going to be thinking about, whether you're delaying vacations or and celebrations, or not being able to have experiences. And I know there's a lot of people when they think about, oh, YOLO, I'm just gonna live my life. Mm, those folks that say YOLO, sometimes they feel hurt after they do YOLO, right? And hey, there's been times where I wanted the finest things in life when it came to eating out and stuff. And I literally was like, wow, I wish I didn't do that. I wish I took in consideration of, you know, um, cooking some food instead of buying out, especially with Uber Eats. One fire upon Uber Eats with their charges, right? So you want to be mindful about that. So I just want you guys to think about that. And even like 1,500 for rent is an ideal. But if you're like thinking of Toronto, sometimes it's 2,200. And I didn't even mention OSAP as well, and I didn't even talk about debt repayment. So you can only imagine how wild this scenario. In a perfect world, 365 that's left after some bills, but I didn't even get to talk about some real nitty gritty expenses that we all most experience. It's kind of scary. It's kind of scary. And I'm still trying to do my poll, so bear with me. Again, anyone that wants to help a sister out and be there for her as she behind the scenes, doing the questions and all that stuff. So I do see a good amount of people that are on, and feel free to comment and everything. I don't bite. I don't bite. So you can, yeah, just come through, ask away, ask questions, talk, go into the chat. I do not bite. But actually, before I go into scenario 2, I just want to ask the question: yes, do you actually feel financially well off right now, or are you just getting by? I want to know your honest answer, because who am I to judge, right? So there's I'm comfortable and confident. Um, I'm doing okay, watching every dollar, every cent. And who am I to judge? I totally understand that. Oh, watching every dollar signs. Struggling. There are too many expenses. Struggling, but there's too many expenses. Struggling. There are English cam. Too many, and some people feel like that. Like, golly, adulting, being adult is ghetto sometimes, I would say. If you feel like that, I feel you. Don't worry. You are not alone. Just being adult is ghetto sometimes, or it depends on the week, right? So here's the poll. Sometimes I shouldn't wait till the mid section. So I want everyone to participate. Participate, y'all. It takes nothing just to do it. What did I do wrong? Shucks. Okay, watching. Okay. There. Boom, bam, bam. How come this is not showing? Okay, so polls up. The poll is up. Poll is up. So the second adult. Let me see if there's any comments. Multitasking. So scenario 2 is a family of 4. And you know what? It makes sense for me to say a family of 4 because I can relate. That is my reality. So I am gonna talk about like one of my realities as a family of 4. So scenario 2, family of 4. I'm not going to say an age range. You can figure it out, or you can say it however you want to say it, right? I'm not going to get mad if you say, no, I want to do a family of 3, okay, or a family of 5, okay. Cool, right? So, okay, so this family of 4, they're in the suburbs, whether it's a greater Toronto area, Calgary, or Ottawa. And if you can relate, awesome. If you can't, don't worry. Another day we will talk about yours, okay? Combined income making 100 to 120. Depends on the occupation. So I'm gonna say both parents work. Both parents work. One's a full-time, one's a part-time kids. Professional and public service. However you want to go about it. So these folks, so you see how ironically the net household income for them is 6,800. Okay, I wish I could have done a table to compare. See if I could do it. If I can't, it's full. Okay, so 6,800, right? So this is for the month. Mortgage, so they have a 2-story home. The mortgage is 2,500. Again, it could be higher, it could be lower, depending on where you live. All right, so 2,500, 4,300. Boom. Groceries, I'm gonna be realistic, $1,000. Okay. Childcare activities, let's say $900. Again, I know this could be more or lower. More or lower, yes. 900. I'm gonna do that twice. Like I did that twice. Oh no, we're good. 2,400. Okay. Transportation. This is 600. Oh, transportation is 2 cars or a car. Nope. Okay. We're not having 2 cars. Damn. We have 2 cars. There's a reason why I'm thinking 2 cars, because sometimes 2 cars. We're gonna go with 2 cars. We will decide whether it is finance or paid outright. That's up to y'all, or we can go figure out based on the numbers what it's gonna be. Transportation. Utilities and internet is $350. Okay. Yeah. Insurance, home, car, health. I'll put it in the middle. 400. Savings, so RSP, tax-free savings. Again, this is not 10%, and I'm gonna put it in the middle. 400. So 200 from both. Kids education and programs, I'm gonna have it at 200. And then miscellaneous. Miscellaneous. Entertainment, clothing, emergencies. Golly Bob, they are left with $50. Let me drink some water, eh? By the way, this is my 4th cup, aka it's 2 cups with a one glass is 2 cups, and I'm on my 4th glass. It's been a struggle today. OMG. So these folks are left with $500. Okay? I don't know why I said 500. $50. Okay? So I'm stressed for them. At least the only saving grace is like that last what was it, 400? Last 400 was like emergencies as well. Again, this is a family that makes like 100, 120, right? And living in the suburbs of Greater Toronto. So it does make sense. However, again, I did not talk about debt repayment. I did not talk about what else? OSAP, if they have OSAP. There's just certain things I did not talk about, and they only have $50 left. Saving graces, they did save. However, they have done less than 10%, right? So again, shelter costs, their mortgage payments take 36% of their income. It's not as bad as the single person that was 43, but still. One of the arguments was, I'm only telling y'all what was said. Do not get upset at me. Ideally, to be well off in Canada and being in a family of 4, a family living off of one income, that would say that you are well off. That was what I heard, and I was like, golly, right? Because most of us can we really say that we have only one income? If you do, kudos to you, you're a real MVP, and gotta give you a shout out. If you're not, I totally understand. Or if you're using like a part of like one income is for savings, investing, luxury things in life, and things like that, then cool. And like the other income is for bills, I would totally rock with that. Like, and then just, you're working as a team, working as a unit and things, right? If you did that, kudos to you. But yeah, $50 is left, and I did not talk about a lot of expenses. So I'm actually a little bit stressed, but I guess with partners, they can cut down on certain things to be able to adjust accordingly, right? So then look, food and childcare add up fast. Even if you think about 2025's food costs and it's rising, um, it's concerning, right? And then again, the savings aspect is less than 10%. I'm really concerned about that, but hey. So those are like some stress points that some families might face. Um, one parent, so here's some trade-offs or emotional pressure you want to think about. One parent may reduce work hours to save on childcare costs. Family vacations might be deferred. Remember, I didn't even talk about vacations, so most likely that's deferred. Spending on extra kids programs can reevaluate and stuff. So, which one are you? Are you scenario one, where you're a single adult, or are you scenario two with a family of four? Again, scenario one, single adult, they were able to have $365 left, but I did not include a lot of things, right? Scenario two, family of four, they're only left with $50. So it'd be interesting if Ryan seen this and said, "Is this the what your consideration was being well off?" And if it is, then cool. Like well off is subjective, or there's a different point of view, or it all depends on how you make your lifestyle, right? Um, trying to think, trying to think. Um, yeah. So that's that. But no, I would really like to hear who is actually like on the board or feeling like the single adult that has $365 left, or or the that's my train of thought. It's your fault. Or the family of four that has $50. Yeah, that I want to know. That I want to know. So it's really intriguing how that works. But I mean, I want so actually here's a question. I'm gonna ask you guys a question. In both scenarios, what would you say that they need to do to be in a better be better position or feeling well off, and things? Is it that they need to spend less, find a cheaper rent, cheaper mortgage, so on and so forth, right? So these are the questions I would like to ask, like how are they able to get more wiggle room and stuff. And now I want to now have us find a way to reclaim affordability. Because I know I was saying overall, I was like, hey, times are hard. Most people, honestly, I don't think people are doing well. I think people have a certain lifestyle that they are financing with debt. I'm not talking about good debt, I'm talking about bad debt. And they are most likely living paycheck to paycheck. If that is not you, then kudos to you. But I'm just going based on webinars I've done, people that I've spoken to, things that I've heard, and just stories overall. To say most Canadians are doing well, I find it hard to believe. However, I want us to bring back joy and security when it comes to that. So I want you guys to think about, so I am going to talk about the 245 money method that I have, but I actually have a new way of thinking, and this is just to be able to think about how you want to structure your life so you can feel better at yourself. Because at the same time, affordability or being well off or just afloat, there's 5 things I feel like that we have to think about. And I'm gonna call it the finance. The finance of 5. So oh my gosh. Um yeah, I'll say it like this. So there's 5 categories. And are you wondering what they are? Give me a moment. And I want you guys to listen to this, and I want you guys to be realistic. Okay? Be realistic, please. Be realistic with me. Share, comment, please. Be real. I only like realness, right? So the first stage is survival. Let's do that thing that I hate. I fixed it before. Didn't fix it. Survival. So first one is survival. And this comes with our needs, whether it's shelter, groceries, utilities, medication. These are like non-negotiable things, right? Where's the blinking thing off? Guys, I hate when it does this. I absolutely hate when it has a timer on it. And sometimes I mess up and forget it. So the first part is survival. These are your needs, right? These are essentials. These are non-negotiable. Without these things, your peace of mind, you're frantic, you're having anxiety, you're overthinking, you're all these crazy things, right? When you're in survival mode, right? Because these are things, without these, you're at risk with your health and shelter, right? And then we have another category where it's security, right? This is most times financially stability. And this is another thing about peace of mind. Whether it's your emergency fund, insurance, minimum debt repayments, you are building security, or even the safety net. I always talk about that. You're building this zone, or this category is for you to protect yourself if anything happens, when shit hits the fan. Excuse my French. And a lot of us have probably felt this many times, especially during COVID, especially like 2008. Like, us millennials have gone through things. I'm joking. I'm joking. I know Gen X, baby boomers, y'all went through things too as well. What's another one? Silent generation. Y'all, of course, you guys went through a lot of things as well. But security, and even if you think about like job security, pension and stuff, a lot of people want to zone into this because they're like, oh, okay, feeling good, feeling great, right? Definitely want security, right? Without that, you're feeling the peace of mind. I always think about it. If this is not, if these 2 things, survival and security, isn't up to par, your peace of mind is literally in shambles, right? And then we want to think about another aspect, and that is stability. Ooh, some comments. Okay. All right. All right. All right, folks. You're wilding. I don't see your. All right. Trolls are out. It's cool. It's cool. So, stability. Um, this category is when you want to think about your growth and consistency, or think about like cash flow in a sense, right? Your debt repayment is above minimum, savings goals, investing. Your debt payoff is above minimum. Sorry, I said it wrong. So instead of paying the bare minimum with your debt repayment, which is the worst thing because it's going to take forever to pay it off, or if your debt is less than 30%, you also, all right, fam, I will block you, fam. All right, you're on timeout. Yeah, congratulations. um, Growth and consistency. So those type of things, with stability. So you're able to be growing, and you'll be able to see like your money growing. You see that nice, sexy, um, lump sum of your savings, your investments, your assets, like, more of your net worth increasing instead of decreasing. And I gotta give you a timeout. Um, so then the fourth one, whoop, the fourth one, OMG, fourth one is, hold on, let me do that. Fourth one is You see how I always talk about peace of mind, sanity. Without this is another thing. Sanity. This is why I sometimes tell people, have a fund called Treat Yourself, because you'll just be able to have a better peace of mind, and you'll be able to feel better in things, right? So this is like low cost joys, whether it's getting a coffee and you can afford it, or lobster from Perfect Restaurant. Netflix, occasional takeout, wellness, so spa, mini treats. It's ideally having that treat yourself fund, so you can, while you're on this journey of making things make sense, you are like, you're rewarding yourself for the journey that you're on, right? So it's all good to have low cost joys. It's just be mindful of the high cost joys, and that's the last one. And I think that's a little bit, it's not a low cost, it's like you're actually splurging, right? And this is most of your wants or vices, however you want to see it. So this is like your luxury items, your designer brands, your spontaneous purchases. I think the issue that some of us have is that we focus on the last two more than we focus on the first three. Or because something is happening with our first three, that's why we skip and go to I just need a peace of mind, sanity, and I just need to splurge, because everything, I don't feel secured, I don't feel stable, I'm in survival mode, and I'm not in thriving mode. So this is one thing that I think this was what one of the arguments is that instead of having the three things secured or on point, we are focusing more on sanity and splurging when it comes to affordability. So I really want, like, you ladies and gentlemen to like really take that into consideration by looking at those 5 things. Actually, leave them all together so we are on the same page. We're on the same page, right? It's safe to say we're on the same page. I hope we're on the same page. Don't fail me now, y'all. Are we on the same page? Let's see. Let me try to put them all together. Try to type as fast as I can. Oh gosh. Okay. Oh, I must. Okay, so I'll do it like this. Survival. So I wrote it wrong. Hopefully it looks better like this. Stability, sanity, and then splurge. That's where we're at. Okay. This way, right? Oh, correcting me, so must be good. So, okay, so these are the 5. So again, look at these 5 categories, 5 zones. I want most of us to be focusing on the non-negotiables of survival. But I don't even like the word survival. I want us eventually from survival mode to thrive. So I feel like once we're able to fix our survival mode, have a security, like being able to have an emergency fund to the point where you have a breath of fresh air. Even Ryan mentioned that he reached a goal where he was like, this feels good, and I want folks to reach that, right? So I want you guys to think about your goals, like how, like, once I reach this amount of money in an emergency fund, and I'm not even talking about investments or savings, I feel way better, right? Once I'm stable enough with the growth that's happening, like once I've reached that goal of, okay, I'm only putting this much in, or I'm putting this much in, I'm good, I'm seeing it grow. Woo! And then we're able to talk about our sanity and splurging, right? But again, I don't want you to focus on the last 2 before you focus on that first 3. Okay? Golly. And I also want to talk quickly about the my 245. I haven't talked about it in a while. I feel like maybe I'm lying, maybe I'm not. Maybe it's Maybelline. Yeah, don't listen to me sometimes. Sounds like a dork. I'm okay with it. Everyone likes dorks. Um, darn it, I feel like I have something else. I can show it to you guys quicker. I think I do. Ooh, ooh. Here? Probably deleted it. Dang, it was so close. Damn, Daniel. Oh, that's a different part. Oh, there it is. Okay, so the 245 money formula. Boom, there it is. Okay, so 2 non-negotiable money tasks. Again, whether it's you're looking at your bank statements, you are setting up an account or something like that. I want you guys to be very intentional with your money goals, right? Please be intentional. Please and thank you. So review your bank accounts or check your debt. Revisit your goals. Those are the easy ones. Or move money into savings. Easy. 2. Pick that up. Oh, you don't like this thing? 2 non-negotiables. Okay. Boom. Number 4. So remember, this is 2, 4, 5. Right. 4 is save or invest for 4 key pillars. It's gonna disappear again. Hit that ish. So the 4 pillars are your short-term savings as a buffer, emergency fund, long-term investing, and lifestyle personal goals. Remember, I'm okay with you guys keeping sanity, or I don't know about splurging. Sanity. I'm okay with you feeding into your sanity so you can keep moving forward. But you definitely want to save or invest into your 4 pillars so you're able to feel better about yourself, right? Um, always protect yourself. Always protect yourself. Strap up. And then the 5 is spend only on what feeds your top 5 priorities. Again, survival, security, stability. Those 2 things, when you think about your health, your debt reduction, family wealth building, those different type of things, focus on those. Focus on those. Spend all like focusing on those things so you'll be able to feel like you're able to manage this, right? Dr. Vibe. Oh, I wish you were here earlier. I'm just talking about the discussion that we had yesterday. Um, I had to. I'm not trying to bum rush your episode or anything, but it really inspired me to talk about it. I gave a scenario. I gave 2 scenarios of a single adult or a family of 4, and I don't know the point of affordability in Canada varies. It definitely varies in whichever city. And hey, um, look at me, he's so modest. I was not the star. I was in the background just giving my personal little dazzle of things that I've experienced. But Raymond and Roger was definitely amazing. I said something that made my phones go off, obviously. But no, like honestly, it was a great episode, and I am gonna put it in the show notes. However, double check it, Dr. Vibe. I don't. I was trying to do a little sneak peek of it, and I don't think I could find it. So, please let me know if it is there and stuff. Um, what else? What else? Just trying to make sure I'm part of the. Ooh, and lifestyle creep. I think the one thing about affordability is once we gain more money, more money, more problems. It's like not that much. So yes, you did, but I couldn't get into it. So I will send you an email about that after. Um, so we'll definitely talk about that. But lifestyle creep, I really want everyone, ladies and gentlemen, to really think about lifestyle creep. Sometimes it's like we're trying to hinder our future self because we're still stuck in the present time. We're like that instant gratification. You don't need instant gratification when it comes to like getting extra money. Sometimes just save that ish for a rainy day. Again, five categories. If you're able to stabilize your finances and watch it grow, you'll be able to handle the splurges and stuff. You'll be able to live your best life. But I really feel like it's essential to save for a rainy day and grow that money. You don't have to work all this hard stuff. You can make your money grow for you, right? So please be mindful about that. Um, yeah, that's really what I'm thinking about. Like I said, the conversation was amazing. I wish I could. I will see if I can actually make an Instagram post of the scenarios that I have, and see like which one are you? Are you the single adult or are you the family of 4? And I'll make it manageable, short, and all that good stuff, so you can see if you feel that same way, if you feel like you're well off right now in Canada. Maybe we gotta move from Toronto to Windsor. I've seen someone do that to make things more affordable. Or from Toronto to Calgary, Edmonton. Yeah, I've seen that. Maybe what was it in Regina? Wow, Virginia, struggling. It's because I haven't drank enough water as of late. Winnipeg, not at this time of the year, but Winnipeg, it's 1900 for a mortgage. What? And the houses are like 300. Okay. Actually, I know someone that moved to New Brunswick. Cost of living. Sometimes, even though, like, and I know there's a lot of folks that are like, but this is my home, this is what I'm used to. Hey, remember, most of our parents moved from a different country to get a better life. I find it ironic that we haven't had the ability to do that. We're like kind of scared. And that's even me. Like, even a person that's traveled and lived abroad, I can honestly say that I'm kind of scared to go somewhere else and start fresh and stuff. Or maybe in the future I will. Who knows? Right? Only time will tell. But yeah. Again, I just wanted us to have this discussion and really be honest with ourselves. If if things are too expensive in like Toronto, Vancouver, maybe it's time to find different ways to make it more affordable. Maybe we need to go back to school or build a new, or not build, learn a new skill so we're able to up our career to boost it up. Maybe we should cut down on stuff so we're able to save more and pay off our debt so our cash flow is up to par or our net worth is up to par. These are things like I'd want everyone to think about. And if you don't know how to start that, if you're having an idea, how do I start that? Well, feel free to contact me. I am a type of person, and I know a lot of people are like, Kamille, I can't get a hold of you. You call. It's not that you can't get a hold of me, it's that you guys don't book a meeting with me. I actually get anxiety. I shouldn't say anxiety. When I phone calls that I don't anticipate, because I try to have a schedule. I have a scheduler, guys. Um, it's more, it throws me off more if that happens than you scheduling, and I have that in my mind unless something happens, like I get popped down or catch a cold, which is wild. I was popped down this week and I was actually extremely upset at myself, but I digress. But yeah, I do this so I am organized and you're organized. Yes, I know you guys just want to call randomly to see if you can get a hold of me. Most times you won't get a hold of me, especially if I don't recognize the number. You might as well just send me a voice message and stuff like that because it's better like that. The scam of them. It's off the roof. However, what am I going to say? Before I go, I just want to. Next week, I am going to be talking about taxes. Just the last thing I do for this month. And February, guys. Sorry, God, no. February, I want to have more engaging conversations about maybe love, relationships, and money and things, or just community-based, tribe-based, however you want to say it, based in money. So I don't want to do it by myself because if you remember, Miss Single, don't want to chat with other people, whether it's someone that's married, someone divorced, someone engaged, someone married for years, married for a week, so on and so forth. Please come true. Contact me. Contact me here. If you wanna have a discussion. I think it'll be fun. I want to have some fun episodes as well. And this is in February. Ooh, I think there's a fun fact. So there are 5 Saturdays in January. Didn't realize. Again, I didn't realize until this week. It always happens. But February, what is it? Each day, each day is gonna be only 4, and that's a while. I think Dr. Vi told me, he's like, Doctor, I'm not even gonna comment on your question. Like, get out of here. It happens every 800 years. Is that how you say it? 800 years? I'll double check if that's the case. But yeah, February should be cool. We'll see what we're talking about. So please, anyone that wants to join, if you want to join Discord as well, feel free to join. But I really want to have a discussion with other people. Oh, shucks. Every 838 years. Golly. So, from Sunday to Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I think I said it quick, fast. It's going to be 4 of them in February. So cool, because obviously 28 days. But yes, final thoughts. If you are broke in Toronto, maybe you should see how you can go other places to find work, find job, find work, find a business, find a job, find love, find whichever, find a purpose somewhere else, find something more affordable, or stay here and figure out how to hustle more but get popped down. And I don't want that to happen to you, or to be more wiser and having affordable lifestyle. But yeah, check out your strong friends, and I, for the rest of the night, is going to relax with a puzzle. I can't remember last time I've done that, so I think I'm gonna enjoy the rest of the night relaxing, and also reading my book. I'm still doing the soft 75. I'm on glass 4. Not me exposing myself. Glass 4. I have 2 left, but I'm still out of time. All right, until next time, folks. Peace out. Much love. Hey, and vote. Do the poll before it ends. Do the poll, please. Please and thank you. Thank you. Bye.
I just wanna be free with my people to prosper and hold it down. Don't you sit and wait, contemplating on a revolution. The time is now. I just wanna be free. I just wanna be free. I just wanna be free. I just wanna